Employment, Productivity, Industrial Relations, Youth and Sports, the Honorable Parveen Bala. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, allow me to reiterate government's commitment that we will continue to ensure that all foreign companies setting up businesses in our country will have to comply with our labor laws just like our locals. Mr. Speaker, sir, my ministry is working closely with Film Fiji in ensuring compliance on our labor laws in relation to foreign film production companies in Fiji. Mr. Speaker, sir, to date we have worked with 70 foreign film companies through Film Fiji from January to August 2019. Ministry staff, Mr. Speaker, sir, had meetings and continued discussion on employment contracts and employment-related matters through Film Fiji to ensure compliance to labor laws and better working conditions for all our workers. For the 2018-2019 financial year, Mr. Speaker, sir, Film Fiji has estimated a total of 113 production with an estimated 1,607 Fijians being employed on these productions. Mr. Speaker, said the production houses have their own human resources team that manages the employment issues. Mr. Speaker, said my ministry has been reviewing and had implemented compliance procedures and mechanisms for dealing with all types of labor-related complaints reported to the ministry. This also includes employers that engage local workers for film production in Fiji. Mr. Speaker, said the Employment Relation Act 2007 has set out clear process under Schedule 4 and Schedule 6 in dealing with employment-related grievances and employment-related disputes. Mr. Speaker, said the ERA under Section 19 gives powers to the labor inspectors and labor officers to enter and inspect workplaces on which a worker is employed or where there are reasons to believe that workers are employed. It also requires employers to produce any document or record which employers are required to keep under the ERA, including interview of workers and employers on a matter connected with employment. Mr. Speaker, said the employers are required to keep this workers' record and ensure proper wages payments are made to workers under the wages regulations and national minimum wage. Mr. Speaker, said on the Health and Safety at Work Act 1996 sets out clear OHS requirements for all employers in Fiji. This is to ensure, Mr. Speaker, said that workers are protected when they enter the workforce with any employer in Fiji, including the foreign film production. Workers that have any complaints against their employer are free to lodge their complaint to the nearest Ministry of Employment office for investigation. Mr. Speaker, said for the last financial year, 2018-2019, we have not received any labor non-compliance issues from anyone working with any foreign film production companies in Fiji. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I thank the Honourable Minister. Honourable Leawere, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I tend to disagree with the Honourable Minister in his response, because there are workers who have been exploited by these foreign film companies, especially the one that was filming in Peck Harbor. The question I would like to pose to the Honourable Minister, Mr. Speaker, is would the Minister highlight the necessary safeguards which are in place to protect the Fijian workers from all forms of exploitation by foreign audiovisual firms operating in Fiji? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. As I mentioned in my response, that as far as the ministry is concerned, there has been no complaints received. But if there is any complaint lodged to the Honourable Minister's office in Serua under what is operating, I would suggest that the complainant should come and give his report to our office located at Civic House, Fourth floor. And as far as I'm concerned, there is no report reported to the ministry, but if there is one, they are and I encourage, if there is one, to come and report. That's why our ministry is there, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
I thank the Honourable Minister. We will move on. We'll move on to the the eighth oral question for today, and I give the floor to the Honorable Charles Singarara to ask question 229 of 2019. You have the floor, sir.